So, I guess, the one thing that a lot of people did not want to happen yesterday happened. And that is the fact that Donald Trump, hold on for a sec. There we go. Just adjusting the camera there. But like I said, the one thing that a lot of people didn't want to happen yesterday indeed happened, and that was the fact that Donald Trump has been found. Uh, well, basically, Donald Trump has been acquitted, kind of in a way found not guilty for causing the chaos, the riots, the insurrection, as they call it, the breaching of the Capitol back on January 6th. And I know that this is not the kind of Valentine's Day weekend or Valentine's Day news anybody really wanted, because a lot of people felt that Trump was responsible. Now, there is the possibility that he still could be facing several other charges, but despite that, what this does, especially if you're a Trump supporter, is it basically keeps the door open. It basically basically the door remains open. It keeps it open for him to potentially run again in 2024. Now, here's the thing, and I am doing this early. I do apologize. I just woke up a little while ago, but I am doing this early. But like I said, the door remains open, for him to run again in 2024. However, there is, something that, despite that being, what a lot of supporters are hoping for, there's still the chance that he could face other charges. Now, whether or not these charges, federal, locally, basically in New York and, federal Department of Justice, from what I understand, whether or not these have any bearings of significance on, his decision to run again in 2024 is up in the air. For all we know, he could be found not guilty on both those charges, and everything will be clear. I mean, this is Donald Trump we're talking about, folks, and this guy has a way of getting himself out of situations. But yeah, he was not. But yeah, he was acquitted yesterday. Basically, it was 57 guilty votes to 43 non-guilty votes. Basically, meaning that because it was 57 to 43, they didn't, get, they didn't get that number that they wanted to, get him out of office. Well, not get him out of office, but prevent him from running again. And, obviously a lot of people that were trying to impeach him, trying to prevent him from running again, they weren't happy. You had, heck, you look at a lot of the news outlets out there, you have the likes of Pelosi, you have the likes of Romney, and a few others that, whether or not they see eye to eye all the time, agreed that, impeaching Trump was the best, solution. We're not thrilled. Heck, even Mitch McConnell, who was, dead set on basically not having Trump, having as a, chance at office, changed his decision to where, hey, I'm not going to find this guy guilty, and that's just my dog, she's waking up too. But like you said, you have Mitch McConnell, coming out and saying that, he voted not guilty because, he realizes that what they're doing, although the right thing, the right direction to take, is kind of unconstitutional, because what former president has ever been impeached after they've been out of office? None. And my mom and my aunts, who talked to each other on the phone yesterday, and of course I overheard it because my mom likes to have it on speaker. um, they kind of agreed, and my mom even told me this too, before she called her sister, and that is, if they do this to Trump when he's already out of office, then they got to do it, and they got to, do it again. They got to start another one up for Obama. They got to do one then later on after that for Clinton, for Bush, for every president that's passed through those halls of the White House. They would have to, and sat at that desk in the Oval Office, they'd have to do the same thing for them if they're going to do it for Trump. The same goes basically for Joe Biden once he's out of office. They got to do the same thing for him. And I don't think anybody that was wanting Biden in office, wanting him to win the election, this year, or this past election year, is going to want that. They're not going to want an investigation into, or an impeachment investigation into Biden after he leaves office, because, just, depending on how you feel, depending on how you look at it, they're probably afraid or not afraid that something could be found, and that potentially any Biden chance in the future to run for office again, whether it's his son Hunter, whether it's somebody else, whether it's Harris, goes out the window. And I'm sure during the impeachment trial yesterday, they brought that up. They brought that up and said, look, we do this, then we're going to have to go back and do it for our other previous presidents as well that have been in office, that are no longer in office. And they even probably brought up, like I said, the whole thing with Joe. They probably said, look, if we do this for Donald, we'll have to do this for Joe too once he leaves. Do you want that? So yeah, basically, I don't know maybe who brought that up, but I'm sure several people brought that up yesterday and said, look, we do this for Donald Trump. We're going to have to do it for the previous presidents that came before him, and we're going to have to do it eventually for Joe Biden once he leaves. And again, like I said, depending on what you believe, what you speculate, what you conspiracize about, I don't think, in the eyes of many people, the Democrats or Republicans or independents or liberals that supported Biden would want that. I don't think they would want that to happen. I don't think they would want, an impeachment trial or investigation put into him once he leaves, because of the ramifications that could lead to. But yeah, Donald Trump has been acquitted. This basically, like I said, leaves the door open for him to, run again, and we'll see what we'll see where they go from there. We'll see what the Trump administration, the Trump team goes from there. He's obviously happy about it. He basically has stated that this is just the next step in making America great again. And yeah, I think obviously what really hinges on him making that decision of, hey, I'm going to run in 2024. I think what really hangs on that is what happens in these potential other charges that he could face locally in New York and federally by the Department of Justice. So yeah, that's the only thing that I think potentially could sway him not to run again. But it's a waiting game, and I think it's a game about waiting and patience, and I think we've all learned that we can do that. So but let me know what you guys think. What are your thoughts on Trump being acquitted? I know some people that have subscribed to me and follow me here on YouTube and on Twitter and Facebook, I know they may not be happy. I know people that I've subscribed to and everything, like, just Alex Hicks, OTR Central and all of them, they're probably not happy, but, again, like I said, the potential federal charges and locally and from the Department of Justice and all that, if, he ends up with those and maybe that, kind of doesn't go his way, maybe you'll still get what you want. You'll still get him not running, but maybe it'll persuade him to have his son or daughter or whoever he feels, has the same beliefs and justifications that he does, for this country to run in 2024. But again, it's a game of patience, it's a game of waiting, and that's all I'm going to say. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are, though, down below. Comment if you like. I am out.